Bhava slowly you want to finish what it is that you're doing. Make sure that you have a block with you. If you don't have a block, maybe this is a good time to grab one, keeping your distance from others. And once you find your seat, maybe just take a moment to wiggle your sitting bones from side to side, making sure that you're equally rooting down on the prop you've chosen for yourself. The hands are resting on the thighs or the knees. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to arrive to your mat. Whether you're sitting at home or you're here at the studio. It's always good to just take a moment to arrive. Whether you're preparing for a yoga class or a work meeting or, whatever. It's always good to just take a moment. We find ourselves rushing from one place to another, texting until the last second where we are called to do something. Efficiency, disciplined, not enough time in the day. So thankfully, it all ends here and now. Because for the next 90 minutes, you really don't have to do anything beside breathe. So if your practice becomes a little heavy at some point, if you're thinking, actually, I was aiming for yoga nidra, and I ended up in vinyasa too, give yourself the permission to just chill out. So make sure that you're sitting on the back of your sitting bones. Spine is long. Knees are soft. Knees are falling down to the earth. Gently tucking your belly in, relaxing the shoulders, the face, the mouth. And let's bring the hands to the heart in Namaste to open the class with 3 times Om. Bless you. Let's exhale everything out. Taking a deep breath, inhale, fill up. And then fill up a little bit more. Bowing your head down and dedicating your practice to something or someone other than yourself. And then when you're done with your dedication, bring the hands back to the knees and keep the eyes closed. So we're still talking about Krishna this month. And this morning I would like to focus on Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. So one of the most famous appearances of Krishna is in the book called Bhagavad Gita. If you don't know much about it, in the Bhagavad Gita, Prince Arjuna is called to fight against corruption and injustice in the kingdom, which is exercised by his own family. Meaning he has to fight against his brothers, uncles, cousins, relatives which is no easy task. But thankfully, Krishna comes to his aid and offers him the necessary mental support to go through such a task. Now, unsurprisingly, the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita called despondency, meaning low spirits from loss of hope or courage. When Arjuna realized that he has to fight against his own family, he undergoes physical changes, shivering of the body, drying of the throat, and he nearly faints out of desperation. And this is exactly the moment when Krishna comes to his aid. Now, to have to fight against your own flesh and blood is an extreme metaphor, of course, and thankfully none of us have to face such a dilemma. But one of the reasons that such an intense situation is presented to us is so that we can relate to the absolute hopelessness and despondency that Arjuna goes through. Because more often than not, spiritual or personal growth, compassion and understanding of others shows up only when we reach or only when we hit rock bottom. You know, it is usually then when we begin to self-reflect and look at ourselves and our actions in an objective manner. It is then when the ego begins to break apart. And very often, most of us keep on doing whatever we can to avoid those moments of breakdown, right? We keep on piling more work into our schedule, we overeat, maybe we overdrink, maybe we even over-yoga. You know these periods that you just hear like every morning, like, I'm going to get rid of this pain. And it probably goes without saying that we all reach to the black screen, you know, a phone, an iPad, a laptop. As soon as that tingling feeling of loneliness or pain rises up. In those rare moments when we finally have a moment to witness what is happening inside. So it's actually quite interesting to have the Gita starting on such a dramatic and painful note, because you can only guess, of course, that Arjuna's personal growth is going to begin from that very moment. From the moment that he has found himself down on his knees, hopeless and beaten down to the ground by life and its challenges. And then have Krishna's sweet voice whispering to him that yes, he can. That he has to do the right thing. He has to fight the right fight. You know, he has to find the courage within himself to act. And that faith, and only faith, will carry him through. So maybe the Gita can be a nice reminder for all of us this morning to stop avoiding these feelings of despair we have from time to time. Stop filling up the void with drinks and sugars and words and to-do lists. You know, the quickest way to begin to know yourself is by sitting down quietly and allowing whichever drama or pain you are trying to avoid to present itself. And then precisely at that moment of acknowledgement and awareness, the moment that you begin to face that pain, this is when the true ride begins. You begin to look within and you begin to see the light, even in the midst of the darkest hour. So we're going to open the practice this morning chanting to Krishna, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Most of you have your mantra books in front of you, so there's really no excuse not to join. Let's exhale everything out. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva Narayana Vasudeva. Going up. Hey Natayana Vasudeva. Hey Natayana Vasudeva. Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Hey Nata Narayana Vasudeva. Taking a deep breath, inhale, fill up. Keeping the eyes closed. So, if you're ever looking for a way to clean your throat from all those cigarettes and coffee, just chant to Krishna. High pitch, early morning. Works like magic. Gently, we're going to open the eyes. You can just move the mantra books away. I'm going to pick them up at some point this morning. You want to remove the prop you're sitting on and give the legs a little shake. We're focusing on heart openers this morning. So let's just get right into it. We're going to place the hands behind us, fingers are facing forward, and we're going to place the feet where the knees were. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other. Take a deep breath, inhale, open the heart and the chest, and then exhale. You're going to lift your butt up. Now have a look at the feet. Make sure they're not doing anything funky. They usually do. So make sure they're still parallel to each other. All 10 toes are in contact with the mat. Take another inhalation, lift a little higher, make sure you can no longer see the knees, and then drop the head back, staying here for 10, staying here for 9, 8, Ujjayi breath pumping up already, 6, 5, 4, 3, a little higher, 1 more inhale. And then very gently sit your butt down, stay exactly where you are, and simply turn the fingers to face towards the back of the room behind you. Now we're going to begin to walk the hands further and further back, slowly, slowly. And we're kind of looking for a beautiful openness. Well, beautiful is one adjective you can use. We're looking for a sense of openness in your shoulders. So think about kind of, you know, clinging over your laptop. We're looking for the opposite action. So keep on going until you feel you're at your max without any pain in the elbows. And once you reach your max, you're going to straighten one leg, you're going to straighten the other, flex your feet to have some action in the legs. Maybe close the eyes and breathe. Again, Ujjayi, always helpful. And you know, if you think that this is a pretty intense start for your class, just think about Arjuna. It can always be worse. Maybe checking if you have 2 or 3 centimeters to move a little bit further back. maybe you're over-ambitious and you need to let go just a little bit. And then very gently, we're going to come out the same way we came in. So maybe move your hands just a little bit towards the body, placing the feet down on the mat. Life. Maybe give your shoulders a little shake. We're going to cross the shins. We're going to come to hands and knees. Placing your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Have a look in between the thighs. Move away your feet. Curl the toes under. Come to downward facing dog. And notice what a sense of lift you can find in the upper back already. And then really do whatever you need to do. So maybe you'd like to walk your dog, or maybe you want to come forward to a plank just to make sure you have the right distance between your hands and your feet. Maybe you're still busy sending love towards your shoulder area. Now on your next inhalation, begin walking the hands towards the feet, baby steps. And then when you reach to the feet, bend the knees deeply, lay the chest on the thighs. Relax the head, the neck, relax the arms, shake the head yes, shake the head no, shake the head maybe so. And have a look at the feet, make sure that they're really parallel to each other, make sure that they're in hip width, so they're not too narrow, they're not too wide, so some of you want to open your feet a little bit more. And then we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. But instead of thinking about straightening your legs right away, think about finding a sense of openness in the shoulder area. So you can eventually straighten your legs here, but make sure that this is not your end goal. Relaxing the toes wherever you are. Relax the face, relax the mouth. Relax the head and the neck, allow the head to fall down towards the earth. Alright, very gently let go of your hands, bend the knees. Maybe give the body a little shake, maybe just swing the arms from side to side, do whatever you feel like you need to do. And then we're all going to begin to rise up one vertebra at a time. Maybe roll the shoulder backwards, feel that spaciousness in the heart and the chest. And then come to the front of the mat, bring the hands to the heart. And close the eyes just for a moment. Maybe it's nice to think about a moment in your life when you thought that there was simply no hope. And this was the worst it was ever going to get, and you weren't going to come out of it alive. And then find that growth that you've earned after that experience. Let's exhale everything out. Taking a deep breath in and exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, gently bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, come to the fingertips if you need to. Exhale, shooting right foot back, left foot follows, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Breathe it in. Exhale for 3. Inhaling. Exhale for 4. We're going to take one more breath in and exhale everything out for 5. Now on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank and exhale, bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Now inhale, point the toes. You want to find Bhujangasana, but make sure that the top of the feet and the pubic bone are pressing down, elbows in, and then curl the toes under, come back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If the fans are too much, please let me know. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left foot is going to follow. We're going to fall over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, back to Namaste. Again, inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, you're going to fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, shooting left foot back, right foot follows, downward facing dog. Now have a look at your hands and make sure that you're really spreading your fingers wide. Index fingers are pointing forward, and even the space between your thumb and index finger is pressing down. And then have a look at your feet and make sure that your feet are really in hip width, so they're not too narrow, they're not too wide, and the toes are relaxed. And then finally make sure that your ears are in line with your upper arms, so you really get a beautiful long back, and the sitting bones are shooting up to the sky. Now on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Inhale, point the toes, Bhujangasana, maybe a little higher, but your pubic bone is still down. And then curl the toes under, back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in, taking a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Right foot follows, fall over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, back to Namaste. Another round. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, we're going to shoot the left foot back. Right knee 90 degrees, feet in hip width. Inhale, reach both arms up, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift from the fingertips. And then exhale, settle in and bring the trunk of the body a little bit further back. So many of us have the tendency to lean forward, but you want to open up here. Stay here for 3 more. Stay where you are. Sit a little bit more deeply into that front knee. And straighten that back leg completely. 1 more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, both arms down to the mat, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do 1 more breath in. Exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. So now the left knee is in 90 degrees, feet are in hip width. And then on your next inhalation, rising up, Anjaneyasana. If you need to move to improve, please do so. Don't get stuck in an asana that doesn't feel sustainable. And keep on thinking about reaching up and rooting down at the same time. So like most asanas, Anjaneyasana is always a little bit of a paradox, shooting in different directions. Let's do 1 more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, both arms down to the mat, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's take 1 more breath in. Exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, all the way down to the mat. Upward facing dog or cobra. Curling the toes under, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply, tuck the belly in and jump forward as lightly as you can, falling over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, back to Namaste. Find your breath. Inhale, bend the knees, hook the thumbs, rise up. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, left foot go back. Right knee 90 degrees, feet in hip width, rising up, Anjaneyasana. So notice how fluid it all becomes once you synchronize your movements and your breath. Make sure that the back leg is super straight, so there is no bend in that left knee. The toes of the front foot are relaxed, and you're just sitting in comfortably, or at least pretending like you're comfortable. Let's do 1 more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, both arms down to the mat, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling, exhale it out. We're going to do one more breath in. Exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands, left knee 90 degrees, feet in hip width. On your next inhalation, Anjaneyasana. Maybe it's all getting a little bit lighter, or maybe not yet. Keep on breathing. Sit deeply into that front knee. A little bit more deeply than you think you can. Straightening that back leg. Let's do one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, both arms down to the mat, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in and exhale it out. Now on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, either Chaturanga Dandasana all the way down to the mat. Either upward facing dog or Bhujangasana. Curl the toes under back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Listen carefully. On your next inhalation, lift your right leg as high as you can without opening the right hip. So the hips are square, you're flexing that right foot and you're lifting it as high as you can. Take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, bend the right knee and bring the right foot towards the left side of the body, looking underneath your right armpit. Make sure that the left heel is still in line, so the heel is not falling in or out. And make sure that you're equally dividing the weight of the body between the two hands. Lift that right knee a little higher. It's a delicious stretch. One more inhale. Exhale, you're going to whoop that right foot in between the hands. Keep the left hand where it is. Right hand comes to the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, opens towards the right. Right arm reaches up and the left leg is completely straight. Make sure your arms are in line. Make sure that your right hip and your right knee are in line too. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, right arm down, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. At the side, lifting the left leg as high as you can without opening the hip. Press that left heel away. Take one more inhale, reach higher. Exhale, bending the left knee. The left foot comes towards the right side. Looking for your left armpit. Check in with the right heel, make sure it's still in a straight line. Reach a little higher. One more inhale here. Exhale, whoop that left leg in between the hands. Right hand stays where it is. Left hand comes to the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist towards the left and straighten that back leg. Make sure that the left hip and the left knee are in line. Find your ujjayi if it's a little bumpy. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, top arm comes down, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. You're going to take one more breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes. Curl the toes under back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply and jump forward in between the hands, falling over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hook your thumbs, rise up. Exhale back to Namaste. And it's all over and behind you. Only took about 20 minutes. Next, we're going to open towards the puja wall, preparing for Pasarita Padottanasana. So you've been here a million times before. So you probably know by now that you want to have your big toes facing each other. Tailbone is coming down, placing the hands on the hips. Take a deep breath. Inhale, roll the shoulder backwards, open the heart and the chest. Exhale, come to a flat back first. Inhale, lengthen your spine and stick your butt back in. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the earth and relax the crown of the head in the same direction as well. If you have the space and the will, you can always walk your fingers backwards to have them in line with your toes. Keep on thinking about moving forward in order to prevent yourself from leaning back. You don't want to put too much stress on your hamstring attachments. And then check in with your mouth. Make sure you're not chewing your lips or your tongue. On your next inhalation, walking the hands backwards to have them underneath your shoulders. Exhale, stay there. Inhale, placing the hands on the hips. You're going to rise up to a flat back first. And then take another inhalation and come all the way up. Second variation, always easier. Inhale, hands to shoulder height. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, flat back first. Inhale, bring the big toes in. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, diving down a little bit further. Or maybe just staying in a flat back if this is where you're at this morning. So make sure that you're not bending your knees. If you're bending your knees, it means that you have to shorten your distance just a little bit. And if you have shortened your distance, it doesn't mean that you failed as a yogi. It means that you're taking care of yourself and your joints. Relaxing the face, the mouth, the lips. Inhale, bring both arms down to the mat. Give the head a little shake. Exhale, we're staying there. On your next inhalation, hands to the hips, come to a flat back first. And then take another inhalation to rise all the way up. And you can jump the feet in or step them in. And just give everything a little shake. We're going to come to the middle of the mat, preparing for Vrikshasana. So bring your attention to your left foot. Bring your right knee up. And really think about your belly. This is going to be your core, and this is what's going to keep you stable here. Whenever you're ready, bring the foot to the butt first to protect the knee. And only then, you're going to place the foot as high as you can on the thigh. If you cannot reach to the thigh, just place it on the shin, but never on the knee. If you're feeling stable and you want to shoot your prayer up to the sky, be my guest. But then just make sure that you're not going to reach up with your shoulders. And then also notice that it's never really about getting into a posture as fast as you can. So it's actually about the technique and the alignment and about synchronizing your movements and your breath. Now listen carefully. We're going to take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Don't panic. We're moving further away from this. Inhale, the elbows will come to the sides. Exhale, bring that right knee forward. Just make it slow. Very slowly, the foot is going to come backwards. You're going to grab hold of the ankle or the foot, and you're going to reach forward with the left arm. So we're coming to dancing Shiva Nataraj. And this is a heart opener, right? So you don't want to allow your chest to fall down, but rather you really want to keep on lifting the heart higher than your hips. So maybe notice what's happening if you're going to keep on lifting that right knee up. And notice how this allows you to expand the chest. Take one more inhale, make yourself super long. Exhale, very slowly come back to center. Give everything a little shake. Other side. So find your attention first. Engage that belly. Bring the foot in to protect your knee, and only then open up. reaching up whenever you're ready. Choosing the same variation, so either reaching up to the sky or keeping the hands on the heart or next to the heart. Keep on softening the face and the gaze, the toes of your standing foot. Let's do one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, open the elbows. Exhale, left knee forward. Super slow, bend both of those knees. Shoot the left foot back. Reach forward with the right arm, and if you wobbly, if you fall out, nobody cares. Keep on reaching up, keep on reaching up. Open the heart, open the chest. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, bring it all back down. Give everything a little shake. Come to the front of your mat. And let go of any sense of pride or any sense of annoyance. Because we all know that none of this actually makes any difference. Sadly, we'll all be busy practicing day and night if this will lead us to enlightenment, right? Let's bring the hands to the heart. Exhale everything out. Taking a deep breath in and exhale it out. On your next inhalation, circle the arms, see your thumbs. Exhale, fall over the legs. Inhale, look up, prepare. Exhale, jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana, or just step back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left heel come down on the mat in 45 degrees, Virpadasana 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle in. So with every inhalation, you're reaching up from the fingertips, from the upper arms. And with every exhalation, maybe you have more space to square your hips. And you can achieve that by pressing the back heel down, further and further down. Front knees in 90 degrees, belly is long. One more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. So the trunk of the body is exactly in the middle, so you're not reaching forward, you're not going back. You really have to find that subtle place where you're just here and now. And then make sure that you can see that big toe through that knee to avoid having the knee falling inwards. Gazing through the middle finger of the front hand, just relax the shoulders a little bit. On your next inhalation, both arms down to the mat, Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more inhale here. Exhale everything out. And the next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands, right heel come down. Virpadasana 1 on the other side. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, settle in. Keep on pressing that back heel down. Keep on sitting deeply into that front knee, because it's never really 90 degrees as we think it to be, right? One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. Make sure that you can see that big toe through that front knee. Find the trunk of the body exactly in the middle. Tuck your six-pack in. Soften the gaze and the shoulders. On your next inhalation, both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Open the heart and the chest if you came for a vinyasa. And then curl the toes under back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. Let's do one more breath in. Exhale everything out. In exhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply. We're going to jump forward in between the hands, falling over the legs. Inhale, circle the arms, rise high. Exhale, back to Namaste. Again, inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, look up, flat back, long belly. Exhale, jumping back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Curling the toes under, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Rising up, Virabhadasana 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stay where you are. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, open up to Warrior 2. Now one inhalation to flip the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, find reverse warrior. Sit deeply into that front knee. Make sure it's still in 90 degrees. So even here you want to see the big toe through that front knee, because the knee will always try to fall inward. So instead of looking back, look forward, check in with that knee, sit a little bit more deeply, and then count to 4 to come back to Warrior 2. On your next inhalation, we're going to straighten the front leg, lift that kneecap. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, reach all the way forward with the front arm. Exhale, right hand reaches down to the mat or to the shin. And you're going to place it outside the shin because you want to open the heart and the chest. Take the weight off your right hand. Make sure you're dividing it between the heels. Keep on opening the heart and the chest towards the wall you're facing. On your next inhalation, come to stand on straight legs. Exhale, bend the front knee, Warrior 2. Inhale, both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more inhale here. Exhale it out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Virabhadasana 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take a moment to acknowledge your resting pose. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, open up to Warrior 2. One inhalation to flip the palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior. And again, instead of staring up to the sky, thinking how much longer this is going to last, stare into your front knee and make sure it's really in 90 degrees. Yes, exactly. Alright, we're going to count to 4 to come back to Warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg, lift the kneecap. Inhale, reach all the way forward. Exhale, left hand down on the mat, maybe on the shin. And again, stop thinking about reaching down, because this is really nidda-baduling of the posture. What we're looking for is to open the heart and the chest. We want to have the arms in line, so maybe quite a few of you want to have your arms closer to your head. Keep rotating the chest open. On your next inhalation, come to stand on straight legs. Exhale, bend the front knee, Warrior 2. Inhale, both arms down to the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. If you have this abundance of energy and you need more vinyasas, please be my guest and add them away. If you're fighting to keep your breath or your energy, or you're dripping with sweat already, just skip one or two. Remembering that no one is keeping a score beside yourself, and even you're not going to remember that score at the end of class. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply, jump forward in between the hands, falling over the legs. Inhale, circle the arms, rise high, make yourself super tall. Exhale, back to Namaste. Last round, inhale, circle the arms. Exhale, you're going to dive down. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, jump back silently. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open the heart, open the chest. Curling the toes under back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Virabhadasana 1. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, settle in. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, open up, warrior 2. On your next inhalation, reach all the way forward. Exhale, right hand inside right foot, reaching up with the left arm. And you're going to bring the arm overhead. Only after you press that heel, that back heel down, and you're going to see a lift in the inner arch of your left foot. Now, same idea as in Trikonasana, you want to open the heart and the chest towards the wall you're facing. On your next inhalation, left hand on the left hip, right hand shuffles outside the right foot, and you're going to hop up to Ardha Chandrasana. Hopefully, as soon as you can. You don't want to waste any time in your pose. Keep on flexing that left foot. Keep on lifting the right kneecap. And think about stacking your hips on top of each other. Let's take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, left arm comes down. Square the hips first. Either jump back, Chaturanga, or just step back to downward facing dog. I feel like I already had 3 espressos and you already like in the chamomile tea phase. Alright, let's see what happens on the other side. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Right heel come down to the mat, Virabhadasana 1. Inhale, reach high from the fingertips. Exhale, settle in first. Sit deeply into that front knee. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, open up to warrior 2. On your next inhalation, reach all the way forward with the front arm. Exhale, placing that left hand inside the left foot. And you're going to bring the arm overhead only once you press that back heel down. So again, you're opening the heart and the chest towards the wall you're facing. Look at your armpit to make sure that your neck is long. And on your next inhalation, placing the right hand on the right hip, left hand shuffles outside the pinky toe, hop up, standing splits. If you're not going to lift your left kneecap and flex that right foot right away, it's going to be really, really tough to rise up. Take one more inhale, reach a little higher, lift that right leg a little more. One more inhale here. Exhale, right hand come down, square the hips, jump back, Chaturanga, or just step back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. One more breath in. Exhale everything out. We're super warm, so we're going to do one more before we come down to the mat. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Left knee come down to the mat, point the foot, prop yourself on your front knee, preparing for crescent moon. Square the hips first, bring that knee over the ankle, make sure that the back leg is in line with the rest of the body, and then inhale, bring your arms up. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, sit a little bit more deeply, bring the upper arm behind your ears. Open the heart, open the chest. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, both arms come down, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and taking a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, lift the left leg up in the air, bring it in between the hands. Right knee come down, drop yourself on your fingertips. Squaring the hips, sit deeply into that front knee. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, melt down. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, upper arms behind your ears.
Vasudevaya, Vasudevaya Bolo.
One more inhale, a little higher.
Vasudevaya,
Exhale, both arms down to the mat. Downward facing dog. Timing. I've been working on it all week. All right, only if you'd like, on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. One last slow chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale, open the heart and the chest. Curl the toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're coming to the mat, I promise. On your next inhalation, lift the right leg up in the air. We're going to bring the right knee in between the hands, preparing for pigeon. So first begin by straightening that back leg, point the left foot. Only then bring the right shin forward. Flex the foot, prop yourself on your fingertips. Take a deep breath, inhale, open the heart and the chest. Exhale, coming down without messing up your hips. So the hips should be square. So there should be some sense of, resistance. Relax the head, relax the neck. But make sure that your ujjayi is still pumping in and out as thoroughly, as intensely as it was before. Staying here for another breath or two. And then very gently, in the next inhalation, begin to rise up. So we're going to come to the fingertips because we want to work on opening the heart and the chest. So this is already pretty intense. So maybe you're just going to stay here. Or maybe you want to walk your fingers a little bit further back, so that will allow you to open the chest even more. So you have more compression in the lower back. Or maybe you think I even have more space than this and I want to go further. So you can bend that left knee and grab hold of the ankle or the foot. But then you want to rotate back to the center. So the chest is going to be coming forward. Now just remember that going further doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing it better. So we all have different lower backs and different capabilities. So stay somewhere which feels sustainable rather than a torture. Relax your face and your gaze. Don't freak each other out. Keep on breathing. If you're grabbing hold of the foot or the ankle, gently let it go. We're going to curl the toes of the left foot under, and we're going to come back to downward facing dog. If you feel the need to come for a slow vinyasa, be my guest. And otherwise, just stay here for a moment or two. Enjoy the stretch in the upper back. And then on your next inhalation, whenever you're ready, lift the left leg up, bring the knee in between, first in a straight line. Straighten that right leg completely and bring the shin forward as best as you can. Prop yourself on your fingertips. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, coming down to the forearms or the forehead. And you really have to be your own teacher here, making sure that you're not leaning into one side or another, as tempting as it may be. So when we come to the seated postures, it's really easy to just space out, right? Thinking about your breakfast or your lunch, thinking about your trip to Bali last year and how you're doing yoga at a yoga barn and how spiritual it felt. Thinking about, once again, you chose the wrong pair of thongs. The mind is just a mess. going to keep you busy forever unless you get control over it. Just the same way you control your muscles and joints in your asana practice. Other side, very gently, you're going to rise up. Make sure to do the same variation as you've done on the other side, because we don't want to overwork one side more than another. So first we're just on the fingertips, opening heart and chest. Then maybe we're walking the fingers further back, sitting high, and then maybe we're going to grab hold of that ankle or the foot. And then remember, you still want to face forward. Keep on breathing. Get that painful expression off your face. Find softness. Very gently, we're going to let go of that foot. We are going to curl the toes of the right foot under. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more inhale here. Exhale it out. We're going to come to sit. So let's bring the knees together. We're coming to Virasana. So you want to walk the flesh of the calves away and sit between your feet. But if this is not available for you, please do not demolish yourself or your knees, and just grab a block and sit on it. So if you have some sort of like sense of stretching the knees, that's healthy, it's what we're looking for. If you're feeling any type of sharp pain, please use a block or even two. Placing the hands on the thighs, close the eyes. And again, find the back of your sitting bones, make sure that you're not leaning forward. This is also a fantastic meditation seat, especially if sitting cross-legged takes its toll on you. Now, only if you don't have a block underneath your seat, if you'd like to come to Supta Virasana, meaning rolling backwards on your back, be my guest. This is your time. If you have a block, just stay where you are. You're going to have two options here. You can come all the way down to a flat back, or you can place the block in a straight line horizontally in between your shoulder blades. So that will give you a little bit of an easier lift. So wherever you are, just breathe. Don't get distracted. It is tempting, I know. Checking your nails. Thinking about your belly. Calling for attention. If you're in Supta Virasana, gently begin to make your way up. If you have a block underneath you, gently remove the block. You're going to come out of this, but please do it slowly because your knees are quite, well, asleep at the moment. So you're going to stretch one leg first. Just give it time. And then you're going to do the same on the other side. And then eventually, when you feel like life has returned to your knees, come to hands and knees and make your way to downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in. Taking a deep breath out. Inhaling. Exhale it out. One more breath in. And exhale everything out. On your next inhalation, lift the heels high, bend the knees deeply. You're going to jump forward to a sit. Nothing too complicated. Coming just to one forward bend. We don't want to go into this too deeply. So Paschimottanasana right away. You want to walk the flesh of the buttocks away. You want to flex those feet. You want to lift the heart and the chest. Lengthen the belly and the lower back. And then exhale. Coming down. Take another inhalation to open the heart and the chest. And then exhale. Begin to come forward from the crown.
Om Shri Matre Namah.
And for the next, let's say 2 minutes, make a conscious effort to focus on nothing but your breath and the voice of Krishna Das.
Om Shri Matre Namah. Om Shri Matre Namah. Om Shri Matre Namah. Jambe Gauri Jaya Shama Gauri.
And bringing your attention to your breath,
Om Shri Matre Namah.
relaxing the shoulders if you're leaning forward, bless you. Flexing the feet.
Jaya Jagat Ambe. Jai Jai Jagat Ambe. Jai Ma.
Staying here for last 10 inhalations.
Jai Ma.
Maybe coming to your mat. Tina, is that you? Is that you sneezing? No. Oh, okay. I just wanted to kind of shame someone, as we like to do here. Out! It's Corona times. No sneezing allowed. All right. When you've exhaled your 10th out breath, you're going to bring the arms up. You're going to place them behind you, and we're going to kind of finish the sequence the way we started it. So we're coming to a tabletop, placing the feet where the knees were, the fingers are facing forward. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. You're going to lift up. Inhale, check in with the feet, make sure they're really still parallel to each other. Lift a little higher, and then exhale, drop the head back. Staying here once again for 10, 9, 8, lift a little higher. Bring your attention to the outer part of your feet. Relaxing the head and the neck. Totally forgot where we were. Any idea? Anyone is counting? One more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, you're going to drop your butt down. You're going to cross the shins. And let's just come to hands and knees. Okay, we're going to relax the lower back after 2 minutes of Paschimottanasana. So take a deep breath, inhale, reach forward with the right arm, and then stretch that left leg up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're going to crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, another crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, enjoy that movement in the lower back. And then one more inhale, you're going to make yourself super long. And then exhale, we're going to bend the left knee, grab hold of the ankle, and open the heart and the chest towards the right. Now, they say that Jews and the Dutch have a lot in common, because we really like this posture. You get 3 for the price of 1. It's a twist, it's a back bend, and it's a balance. So you're really getting your money worth this morning. Take one more inhale, reach a little higher. Exhale, bring it all down. Maybe a little wiggle in the wrist or the knees, and we're coming to the other side right away. Stretching out the left arm, stretching out the right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you're going to crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, last time, make yourself super small. And then inhale, lengthen one last time. And then you're going to bend that right knee, grab hold of the ankle, open the heart and the chest, And notice how tempting it is to bring the hip over the knee. You don't want to do that. You want to keep on opening up. One more inhale, a little higher. Exhale, bring it all down. Little wiggle in the wrists or the knees. Find your alignment here, and then make your way to downward facing doggy. All right. Time just flies when you're having fun. Let's do one last chaturanga, just because we can. So on your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, slowly, slowly coming down. Inhale, roll over the toes, open the heart and the chest, and just stay here for a moment or two. So we're in upward facing dog. The knees are off the mat. Keep on opening the heart and the chest. You don't have to do anything with your neck, because that's never really the intention. You just want to open up. And then very gently curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your next inhalation, come forward to a plank. Exhale, we're going to bring the knees, the chest and the chin down to Ashtanga Namaskar. So we want to walk your feet a little bit closer towards your butt. You want to bring the elbows in, and you just want to look at the floor in front of you. Don't look at me, don't look at others. Sadly, this posture is as awkward as it feels. There is no way around it. And then, from here, it should be super easy to just kind of reel yourself in between the hands, and you're going to find yourself almost ready for Bhujangasana. So the fingers are in line with the chest. Again, the elbows are in. Press the top of the feet down until the knees are off the mat. Take a deep breath, inhale, and then exhale, open the heart and the chest. But remember that the pubic bone is still down, so you're pretty low. Keep on pressing the top of the feet down, including the pinky toes. Take one more inhale, come a little higher, and then exhale, bring the right side of the face down on the mat. The heels will come to opposite sides, and give everything a little shake. You can just allow the arms to fall behind you. Yeah, just relaxing the shoulders for a moment or two. Everybody's leaving the room. That's not a good sign. All right, on your next inhalation, you're going to bring the forehead to the mat. We're preparing for half Shalabhasana. So you're going to interlace the hands behind the back. You're going to, once again, press the top of the feet down until the knees are off the mat. Take a deep breath, inhale, and lift only the heart and the chest. Now, it's really good to use, visual instructions. So imagine somebody standing on your feet. And now imagine this 60, 70, 80 kilos pressing you down on the mat, and as a result of that, your heart and your chest are gonna rise up even more. Be careful with the neck. You want to look forward or down, not up. Take one more inhale, come a little higher. Exhale, come down. Left side of the face. And just give everything a little shake. Then let's do this one more time, but this time from the other side. So on your next inhalation, you're going to bring the forehead to the mat. You're going to interlace the hands behind the back. You're going to bring the feet together this time. Press the top of the feet down until the knees are off the mat. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, lift only your feet, so the forehead is still down. Maybe lift the arms a little higher than the butt to bring the feet together. Don't allow them to separate, because you really want to work that lower back. Take one more inhale, and then exhale. Lift the heart, lift the chest, lift everything off the mat. Realize how light it feels. You can keep your hands interlaced, and maybe you want to spread them out, and notice if this allows you to open up even more. Take one more inhale, and then come down right side of the face. Arms alongside the body, heels to opposite side. Give everything a little shake, the hips, the lower back, especially shake that mind. if it's telling you things which are not really productive or useful for this moment. Now, on your next inhalation, you're going to bring the forehead to the mat. We're going to bend the knees, we're going to flex the feet, and we're going to grab hold of the ankles. Make sure that the knees are not opening up wider than your hips. Flex those feet if you forgot to do it already. Take a deep breath, inhale, and then exhale, open the heart and the chest. Now this time, imagine somebody sitting on top of your feet. So that means that you really have to flex them. Make sure that you're looking forward or down, but not up. And notice how that weight of that mysterious person sitting on you really allow you to open your heart and the chest even more. Take one more inhale, come to your max. Exhale, you're going to bring it all back down, favorite side of the face. Feeling all that juice and all that buzz going through your lower back. Let's do this one more time. On your next inhalation, bring the forehead to the mat. We are going to bend the knees, flex the feet, grab hold of the ankles. Taking a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, open the heart and the chest. So instead of thinking about what's happening in the lower back, think about your feet, flex them again. Think about your knees, bring them in, don't allow them to open up like you're in childbirth. Think about your neck, you're going to look down because you don't want to do your neck and blame yoga or your teacher. And then gently bring it all back down. Favorite side of the face. Shake it all out. Okay, and we have to do one more back bend here because Christian just left us conveniently. So if you want to complain, he's here next to me on the left. We're going to come to Sphinx. You thought you got away with it. No. Let's come to the forearms. And you really want to place your elbows underneath your shoulders so you're not falling in, but you're quite high. Now you can stay here, spread the fingers wide, really use your wrists and your forearms to open up. The pubic bone is still down. If this is already plenty and you think, Jesus, just stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, you're going to bring the forearm, the left forearm in, you're going to bend the right knee, and you're going to grab hold of the foot, rotating your fingers to the front. Make sure that the elbow is not going to the side, so the elbow is going to shoot up to the ceiling, and you're going to open the heart towards the front. So especially if you're a cyclist, this is a delicious stretch for your quads. And you also get a lot of action in the lower back. Very gently we're going to let this go, and we're simply going to change sides. But again, make sure that you're not falling inwards, as tempting as it may be. Bending that left knee, grab hold of the foot, and then bring the fingers forward. Open the heart, open the chest. Keep on lifting, so you're going to press that right elbow a little bit further down. Gently let that foot go. Let's just come back to Sphinx for a moment. Notice the difference in sides and in the lower back in general. And then gently bring your forehead down. Make a small pillow for your forehead. And give everything a little shake with the heels falling to opposite sides. Now, you know what's coming, and you're probably loving it and dreading it at the same time. So we're going to roll over to our backs. Usually this is the moment where I play Eye of the Tiger. But it's not going to go down on our friends, with our friends from YouTube. So come and lay down on your back. 2 more back bends to go. And instead of thinking, oh no, just think, oh yes. We're super warmed up. It's going to be delicious. So you want to place your feet where your knees were. You want to measure the distance between the seat and the heels with the long fingers. And you're going to bring the big toes to slightly turn inwards. Ah, yes. Now take a deep breath. Inhale. You're going to lift your hips high. interlace the hands behind the back, roll one shoulder then another, and really straighten those arms and smack them down on the mat. So you're going to use your arms as leverage to lift the hips higher and higher. So the big toes are still facing inwards. Keep on pressing them down. Notice how this allows you to lift the hips higher. If you want to come to the first Urdhva Dhanurasana, we're going for placing the hands next to the ears. Inhale, come to the crown of the head, bring the elbows in first, and then rise all the way up. Deliciousness. Give the head a little shake. Stay that one extra breath that you think that you can no longer handle. And notice how you can always surprise yourself. Gently coming down. Don't bring the knees in because we have one more. You can just swing the knees from side to side if your lower back is a little sensitive. Now, they say that you should never stay down for more than 5 breaths, and I have investigated that thoroughly for 10 years, and they're right, because on the 6th breath, you begin to feel sorry for yourself. So let's get on with it. You're going to measure the distance between the feet and the seat. So you just want to brush the tip of your heels. If your feet are too far, it will be really hard to come up. Inhale, lift the hips high. Interlace the hands behind the back. You, my love, you want to bring your feet even closer to you. Yeah. And bring the big toes in. Yeah. Only the toes, not the knees. Yes. Now lift the hips higher and higher and higher. Think about your dedication, who you're practicing for. On your next inhalation, hands next to the ears. Inhale, come to the crown, and then rise all the way up. And see how you always have that extra breath within you. Lengthen the arms and the legs, give the head a little shake. Take one more inhale, a little higher. And then exhale, bring it all the way down. Smack some bricks on your way down. And then let go of that sense of satisfaction, because sadly this posture has not got you off booze, coffee, or cigarettes. You're still going to fight with your mother, your neighbor, your partner. So it's not so much about the physical achievement we're looking for, hopefully. Just about softening that mind, breaking apart that ego. And it's really a lifelong project. Let's bring the knees in. Give them a little shake. Or maybe make small circles with the knees from the left to the right. Maybe you want to come to a happy baby. So, whatever it is that you need to do right now, just listen within. You can throw the legs up in the air when you're done with all your stuff. Maybe you want to throw the arms up in the air to give them a little shake. Maybe you want to shake the wrists and the fingers. Get rid of all that stress if you had any within you. And then we're going to wrap the right leg over the left. We're going to drop the knees to the left side. And we're going to open the heart and the chest. And if you need something to focus on, just notice how the lower back feels. Maybe enjoy that buzz that you may be feeling running through the body. very gently, we're going to bring the knees back to the center, unwrap the legs, give them a little shake, and come to the other side. Then again, instead of telling yourself an unrelated story to your practice, just send your breath to wherever feels tight. Maybe noticing the difference in size. Making sure that you still have your ujjayi with you. And then very gently, we're going to bring the knees back to the center, unwrap the legs, give them a little shake. And we're going to finish the class with a shoulder stand. So if you're in your moon day, if you had enough, you can always just lay down in Shavasana already, or you can bring your legs up the wall. And if you want to come to a shoulder stand with the rest of us, we're going to wiggle the butt to the bottom of the mat. And we're going to hop ourselves into Halasana. So you're going to bring so don't come to a shoulder stand right away, please. So we're going to come to Halasana first, because we want to make sure that we have the right foundation. So you're going to bring the legs overhead. You're going to interlace the hands behind the back. And whether your feet reach down to the mat or not, that's really not interesting for anyone. What we're looking for is just a sense of space in between the vertebrae. Now, after a while here, you're going to place your hands on the very lower part of your back, and you're going to make sure that all 10 fingers are facing up, including your thumbs. And in order to achieve that, it means that you need to bring your elbows in. So the elbows are as wide as your shoulders. And then you're going to lift one leg, and then you're going to lift another. And you may want to point your toes to begin with. You may want to play with the legs and stretch them out. But eventually you're going to find yourself flexing your feet fully, like you're walking on the ceiling. And we're going to stay here for 2 minutes. Keep that ujjayi pumping.
There are some things I may not know. There are some places, dear Lord, I may not. There's one thing of which I'm sure. My God is real, for I can feel Him in my soul. Well, yes, God is real. Real in my soul. Yes, God is real, for He has washed and made me whole.
Just keep on breathing.
His love for me.
Increase the length of your inhalations and exhalations if it
Well, it
gets
shines
heavy.
like pure gold.
That bounce to happen.
Yes, God is real, for I can feel Him in my
Staying here for last 10 inhalations.
Hare Ram, 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 Sita Ram,
You've exhaled your 10th out breath, make your way back to Halasana.
Sita Ram 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
Once again, interlace the hands behind the back.
Ram Ram
Notice the difference.
Hare Ram Ram
If you would like to come to Kanapidasana, this is your chance. So separate your legs, bending the knees, placing each knee on each side of your head. And maybe you want to bring your arms forward to give your thighs a hug.
I have found a way to live.
And then very gently placing the arms back on the mat. Bring yourself down, one vertebra at a time. And we're going to take one last posture before we're coming down to Shavasana. So preparing for Matsyasana in order to open the throat after closing it for such a long time. So bring the feet together. Flex the feet like you're coming to a forward bend. Prop yourself on your forearms. Please do not skip this one last pose. Prop yourself on your forearms. Take a deep breath. Inhale, open the heart and the chest. And then exhale, come down to the crown of the head. If the crown of the head does not reach down, it means that you need to bring your forearms further down towards your knees. Yes. And then again, flex the feet. Don't forget to flex them because you want your legs to be active. Maybe close the eyes. So we're basically just undoing what we did in shoulder stand. Now take one more inhale, open the eyes, lift your head up, make sure that you can see your big toes, and then very gently come and lay down in your super well-deserved Shavasana, spreading the arms away from the body, allowing the feet to fall down. And maybe take a deep breath through the nose. Gently open your mouth and say, Shavasana. Gently begin to deepen the breath. Little fingers and toes. Maybe bringing the arms overhead, giving yourself a good stretch. Flexing the feet, pointing the feet. Whenever you're ready, bend the knees, roll over to the right side. Staying there for a moment or two, taking your time to come out of Shavasana. And then whenever you're ready, bring yourself to sit with the help of your left hand. You can find a brick or a bolster. Maybe you want to come to half a lotus or a full lotus, so then you don't need a prop. And once you found your seat, just close the eyes. You can place your hands on your thighs or your knees, or maybe you want to bring them towards the center of the body. And then once again find the back of your sitting bones and allow that sense of spaciousness to open your heart a little bit more. Taking a moment to feel the fruits of your practice and dedication and hard work. Taking a moment to acknowledge the joy of not having to do anything or be anywhere or be a certain way. Just really spending that intimate time with yourself. What a blessing on a Thursday morning. Let's bring the hands to the heart in Namaste. Closing the practice with 3 times Om. Towards the sky. Thank you so much for coming, everyone, and for troopering through. Have a fantastic day and a fantastic weekend. See you when I see you. I think you guys need to leave first. Sorry, Bettina, for pointing you out. She's like an easy target. Everybody knows her, you know. Always works out. Bettina, what are you doing? If you have any questions, you can ask them from a safe distance of 1.5 meters. Or you can send an email to Gusta. That's even better. He likes to chat. No, he doesn't. See you next time.
Shri Guru Charan Saroja Raja Nijamanu Kuru Sudhari Barano Raghubara Vimala Jasu Jodayaku Palachari Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiram Pavan Kumar